Now I use conventional reloadable film canisters all the time. But so I've got a good supply of those. So with FlicFilm, what I really value is when you buy a conventional roll of film, is the canister it's in is does not have to be thrown away. This is actually a reloadable canister. So once I finish with this roll of Electra 100, when I'm done with it, I'll peel off the label, and that gives me another canister that I can reuse over and over and over again. So here's how you load film into a FlicFilm cassette. So I've got a roll of film in my bulk film loader, and I want to get the film in here. Now if you have a sealed film cassette you have not yet opened, the easiest way to open these, so this is the Quick Pick, and it's made by FlicFilm specifically for opening these canisters. So to use the Quick Pick, we just put it over the long end on the film canister, and there's a little tooth here on the Quick Pick that fits down into the groove on the top end of the canister. So once it's sitting flush, very simply all you do is twist and then twist the opposite direction, and it pops open both sides of the canister, and you can now just pull it apart. So now that we have the our canister apart, let's get rid of the remnants of the old film. Now we want to put new film onto our canister. So the first thing I'm going to do is open my loader, and I'm going to grab the spool. Now on my loader I have this picture that just reminds me of how that cartridge fits into the loader. So it goes with this end on the right. So I've got a little bit of film sticking out here. I've got a little bit of gaffer tape. You could use masking tape, but I like gaffer tape because I know it's going to stick. It's not going to release on me. And I'm just going to tape that spool in place, and I like to leave it so it's taped securely, but it moves fairly easily. Okay, so that's the first part. So that attaches the spool onto the film. The next part is a little bit trickier, and that is to assemble the cartridge itself. So with the cartridge we have two pieces. We have the piece with a solid circle on the bottom, and that's kind of the lower of the two cartridges, two components. And then we have the piece that has no solid circle. So that is going to be the top, and the cartridge is going to go together like this, and will fit into the loader. So I want to show you just with the canister without the film, just so you can see how these things go together. Now for starters, when you put them together, before you put it back together again, just make sure that the felt is all adhered, and that it's still in place. One of the nice things about these canisters is you can replace the felt, which is pretty much very difficult, if not impossible, to do on the more traditional reloadable canisters. Okay, so to put the cartridge together again, on the edges here, you'll notice there are these recessed lips that will fit underneath the film guide wings on either side, like that. Slide that together. Now if I look at the back, these two parts tend to butt up against one another, but you want the top part to to actually slide in underneath the bottom part. I find it easiest before I secure this, this top portion to latch this back piece together like that. Push that together and then push the front together till they latch. And now when you have a look, you can see that the little tabs are latched on either side. So that canister is ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is take our spool and we're going to fit that through a solid circle on the bottom, like this. Then I like to get that film tucked underneath these two wings, and I'm going to just turn this around so you get a better view of what's happening. So I've got the film tucked under these two wings, and I'm going to take the top part, and if you can see on the ends, they're recessed slightly. So those are going to fit into the channels on either side of those wings. Okay, and I'm going to slide that in place. Now I'm going to flip this over just so you can see what's going on the back side here. I want to push that bottom part in, and it will snap together. So my canister is now assembled. I can see the little teeth are engaged on either side, and I can push my film back into the close the door, in goes the handle, and with this loader I'm going to load 24 frames, so that means 24 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So now I can remove the crank, open the door, and there's my film. I'm going to trim it off. I can now seal that up, put that away for another use, and using my little template on the top, I can notch my film like that. So now my film is ready to go. The last thing I will typically do is put on a label with just some masking tape reminding me what kind of film I have in this canister. So I hope that helps. That is loading the FlicFilm reusable film canisters.